Are you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who props it on the steering wheel or peeks down at it for a glance? Or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough already. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
99X, it's Barnes and Leslie, the Morning X as it is known, but there's another F in today. That would be Firfer filling in.
Another F. I like that.
The Firfer is in for the Fram, just like it was back in the old days. All this 99X stuff, it comes right back around.
And I look exactly the same.
You do, actually.
I do?
Crash, don't you think? She looks exactly the same.
Except for those.
I think you look fantastic.
Hey, thanks.
You really do.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, you do.
I'm coming every day.
You have not changed at all. I saw recently, and we mentioned this in the break just a minute ago, you just interviewed Amanda Knox.
Yeah.
I see she's making the rounds. And of course, what was her official charge?
She was charged with murdering her roommate in Italy.
Right.
Which she did not do.
Now, you believe that?
100%.
Okay, I mean, I believe that.
1,000%.
But you got to spend a lot of quality time with her.
Yeah.
She's seems very cute.
She is adorable, sweet, cute, brilliant. I can't say enough great things about her. I love this girl. She was wrongly accused. She went through hell. She was in prison for 4 years.
That was all that footage. I can vividly remember it in Italy with all the craze around her.
Yeah.
I mean, did she think at some point that she would never get back to the U.S.?
Oh, yeah. She thought that I'm there for good. Like, it's just, can you imagine thinking that? She was 20 years old when she went to jail. 20. And then she was convicted after 2 years. And then she was out on appeal. They overturned it on appeal. She came home to the U.S. They convicted her again in absentia. And then the Italian Supreme Court said, no, you're done. So she never has to face those charges again. But that was like 8 years of her life.
Her book is called Free, My Search for Meaning. I would assume that, did you get the feeling that she will never be free?
No. And then she talks about that. She left prison for a different kind of prison because people followed
stigma.
her. Yes. And they followed her and people still think she's guilty and all that.
What was she like when you first met her in person? I mean, did you get a feel? Because, I mean, that takes a lot. Think about it. To get over that stigma and to be able to go out, you're right, a different kind of prison. Everywhere you go, just the hearsay is on people's minds, and they look at you funny.
And people want a villain, so they want to vilify
Right.
somebody, right? She was so sweet and kind, and she was with her husband, and her husband was really nice and friendly, and she's very open. She'll talk about anything. She'll tell you anything because she feels like her life has already been put out there. So why not tell you the truth? And she's smart. She's so smart.
Did you connect with her, like, on a personal level?
Yes.
Did you get her phone number? Did you get her? Can you get her on our show?
Oh, sure.
I would love to promote her book and talk to her. I think that it's fascinating, and just the fact that she has to go. I like that she's turned the tables and now she's kind of wearing it on her sleeve.
Yeah.
Like, I did not do this, and this is my life.
And a lot in that book, she goes back and she talks to the prosecutor, the detective, and she confronts him because she has unfinished business with him. Like, why were you relentless?
Right.
Why? And it was proven by DNA. They said, experts said she did not do it. They screwed up. And so she wanted to him to see her and say, look, this is who I am. I'm not a bad person. So she talks about all that. And she's come to terms with a lot, but she's got a lot on her shoulders.
Is the interview on video anywhere?
It's not. I don't think they taped it.
They don't tape
no.
it there? We're talking about Firfer's filling in for Fram. She interviewed Amanda Knox. She's got a new book, My Search for Meaning, that's out. She was just here in town, and Firfer just interviewed her.
Now, Holly, has she returned to Italy? I know you said she was.
I can't imagine.
She did.
She did?
And against advice, nobody wanted her to go. Her family was afraid she'd be arrested for something else again, and they hated her there. But she went back to confront the detective, the prosecutor, basically, to have a conversation with him because she wanted him to see her and say, how could you say that this person killed someone? This is who I am. You didn't even get to know me. And she was going to go back before the pandemic, but the pandemic happened, so they became pen pals and emailed each other back and forth, and they started to get close. Now, I don't know how close you can get, but he still has not said he was sorry.
Wow, what a huge risk to go back to Italy. I can't imagine stepping foot in that country.
I can't either. But she loved Italy, and she wants her kids to, know it. She feels like it's a second home in some ways. She's fluent in Italian now. I mean, she's brilliant. She learned so many languages. She read so much. She has 2 young kids that she brought back with her and her husband. But it was touch and go because they didn't know. Would they arrest her for something else? Would something happen to her? But
what was the most shocking thing you learned talking to her?
I think about her time in prison, just how she was in a solitary confinement for 6-8 months, something like that.
Wow.
And she talks about how horrible that was. Like, she sang a lot. And she became good friends. Her best friend in prison was the Catholic priest there.
I bet.
It was very interesting, and they bonded. So, yeah.
I gotta read that book. Yeah, please try to get her on.
I will.
I'm sure our listeners would love to hear that story. It's just such a fascinating, when we think of true crime stories over the last, how many years ago was that?
This
20?
was 2007 when she was arrested.
So almost 20 years.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, like, as old as I am now, I kind of felt like Mama Bear with her. I wanted to protect her.
Well, you talk about how long ago this was. Has anybody ever picked this up for a movie? Like, these days something happens and it's out in Hulu or Netflix or something within a month.
A docuseries?
Yeah. There's a great documentary in 2014 on Netflix. They did one on Prime, I think.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw that.
And I think they did like a made-for-TV series, and I think she was a part of it. Like, I think I don't know for sure, but I think she consulted on it. I don't know. But the documentary on Netflix, fantastic. Watch that, because it shows you the whole thing and how she was not guilty.
That's how the culture has become now. As soon as something happens, you bet your ass a screenplay is already in motion.
Yeah.
I saw it on Hulu. There's already a Gene Hackman thing out.
I know, it's unreal.
Really?
Yeah.
How fast.
Oh my gosh.
And there's another Murdoch murder one, a series, not just a documentary. It's a full series.
I auditioned for that.
So did I. That's going to be coming soon to Hulu.
The Sean Ryan Show presents Peak Points. Get timeless inspiration from the very best of The Sean Ryan Show.
September 11th happens. What is the first thing that went through your head?
September 12th, I'm going back in the military.
Talk about being recruited by the cartel. How do you cope? Just learning how to find a new normal. One of the most tragic events in American firefighter history.
You know what comes after.
You have this beautiful life. You have these horrible experiences, yes, but you can do something with them for the greater good.
The Sean Ryan Show Peak Points. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.